I've been called dumb once or twice in my life.
I know we keep saying it, but we really do need to upgrade that to like billions and billions.
Billions, everybody. I hope everybody rocked it this weekend. We had sports this weekend. We had good weather. And COVID is still out there, but everybody's still alive, that I know, which is important. You're still alive.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
appreciate
still alive.
that. Appreciate you noticing that.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
We're the two dumb idiots. If you haven't been to the show before, probably because you were watching something better, get the hell out while you can.
Click on over to our stuff. You'll be surprised. I promise that. That's all I'll say. You'll be surprised.
That's right. We do take an attempt to put together a good show for you guys every Monday and Thursday. If you haven't seen the show before, like I said, we're gonna rock it today. We got some good games, some good quizzes, some interesting stories that you probably missed. We try to avoid the politics. We try to avoid COVID if we can, and
That's why we wear masks when we leave.
That's right. In here is it's a safe space.
Yeah.
Very safe space. But welcome to the show, guys. Like I said, today we got some good stuff going on. Let's jump right into it. Let's get a quick shout out. I'm gonna shout out my Aunt Linda. She gave us a nice little share on Facebook to her friends, letting everybody know to watch the show. We do appreciate that, guys. If you ever get a chance, go ahead and give us some shout out, man. If you guys like the show, throw it on your Facebook, throw it on your Instagram. Say, hey, man, these guys are 5 out of 10 at best, but it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
It's
better than zero.
We
are better than zero.
We provide you stories. We give you details. We look up the facts.
Some of them are correct. Some of them aren't.
Our lights work. Our sound works.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. That's all you can really ask for.
The show improves slightly every time.
Ever so slightly. I mean, almost
imperceptible. We're kind of like the continental drift of improvement.
That's exactly what we are.
Millions and millions of years from now, people are like, man, they've really come a long way.
That show is a real piece of crap, and now it's just a kind of a piece of crap. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Anyway, let's go ahead. We always like to start the show off on some positivity, and today we have positivity, I would say. I
am positive that we have positivity.
That I'm positive about as well. What do we got here?
We got it. We got it all.
We got it all. All right.
Do we?
We did have it all.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. That's what you needed. That's what you came here for. Right there. It's a wanksy. Guy in England, Manchester, he's drawing penises around the potholes to get the city to fix them faster.
I just love this almost should have been saved for our petty story of the week because it is very, very petty. However, it's
more ingenious.
Right. It's so genius that it has to start the show, right? So what this guy has done, he has a ton of potholes in Manchester, so he's annoyed by it. So this guy has walked around and drawn a phallic symbol on every one that he can find. I guess really egregious potholes is probably what he's looking for.
Yeah.
What is Wanksy? Is that his name?
Well, it's a play on Banksy.
Okay.
Wanksy.
Okay, I got it. Okay,
he's an artist. He's trying to claim he's an artist, and he's making art,
Wanksy is actually pretty clever now that I'm thinking about it. I really do enjoy it. It is a great story because as anybody who's lived in a city before knows, potholes are kind of just like part of a city. It doesn't seem like I never even see them get fixed. I've never, driven by while they're fixing one. I
know it's like they have like elves that come out at night and just like clear some potholes every now and then.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So this guy got fed up with it. He started drawing them. And what my favorite part about this story is, I guess who was it? The town council came out a little bit annoyed. And said that they called it a penis frame. I like that. They said a penis frame will not get your pothole fixed any faster than usual.
Yeah. Now, he did say something that I thought was interesting. And he said that it draws attention to the pothole. And that just means it gets reported more often.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, it prioritizes the council, I guess. They take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
It prioritizes how quickly it gets fixed. If it gets reported like 50 times, I guess they're like, oh man, I guess we got to go fix that one first.
Oh, I didn't know that. So the more people report it, the better chance you have a pothole getting fixed. So if you live on a street with very few people, you're kind of screwed.
Probably. Well, yeah, lower. And in reality, it should kind of work that way, I would assume,
Yeah.
because the more cars that go over that pothole,
The more danger you are
Yeah.
ruining everybody's cars. DJ Donald McDuck in the chat. What's up, DJ? Welcome to the chat, brother. Welcome to the show. Hope you don't mind that we start with a phallic joke to pretty much open our show here.
and then there it is.
So there it
fixed.
is. So again, the city council came out and said that they will not fix a pothole any faster just because it has a phallic symbol. However, the writer of the article did note that a lot of these phallic-shaped potholes that have been drawn have been fixed ever since he started drawing.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, that's so weird. That makes me. It doesn't even really surprise me, if I'm being honest. I feel like if you drew a picture of junk on anything and it was offensive, I feel like they would have to almost fix whatever it is right away, right? It's kind of what we're thinking.
Yeah, there's certain things, like if it says, like, like, fart was here, I mean,
They're going to ignore it, maybe.
yeah, they'd be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Or if it's just some graffiti of a name,
They don't care.
low priority.
Very low priority.
But apparently certain symbols,
just really,
high priority.
just get people really
Like,
riled
yeah,
up.
just like people are hitting that like panic button,
Yeah.
like the alert, like the air raid, like let's go
We
clean
got-
this up.
So yeah, so I think that basically based on that, I mean that's really like a life lesson is what we're hearing is basically if you don't want something to be anymore, just draw something phallic on it. Congress, Senate, boom, there you go. Just a big
Cleveland Browns.
boom, just automatically gone, dude. If you show up to like the Senate or Congress building, there was just a giant piece of junk on inside of it. I would imagine it would.
I
probably
feel
the
like
be-
they would address it immediately.
They would have to knock down the building and get a whole bunch of new people, which would be
Yeah,
really
that's how
nice.
it works because they knocked down the Senate building.
Everybody dies inside. We gotta get new people.
I was just gonna say that like nullifies all the jobs, so they just start over when they build the new one.
I'm pretty sure everybody in there's over like 97, so I think it's all just a wash.
Yeah, well, there's certain people definitely more of a wash than others.
Anyway, great story. I love the way.
What else did you want? What else did you want to put a wang on?
Yeah. What else do we want to put a wang on? I want to put on. Oh yeah, I want to put a wang on self-checkout machines. I can't stand self-checkout machines in grocery stores right now. Now, I am apparently. This is apparently a split. I hate self-checkout. For the most part, if I have one item, it is kind of nice to hit that little boop and hit the road. However, trending in that direction, so I can't even go in with 100 items and get somebody to ring it up because there's only one aisle open with an actual register, or an actual cash register person. That kind of annoys me. I don't like it.
There's also restrictions. Like if you roll in and you just want a 6-pack of beer,
Yeah.
you can't buy it at the self-checkout.
Right.
So you have to go to the line anyway.
Right.
Like there's restrictions. So it's like, all right, so some people have to go to the line no matter what.
Yeah.
And there's no benefit other than theoretically speed. Like maybe if I got like 5% off or something like,
Yeah. I mean,
you know, I don't know.
I agreed. Maybe I got 5% off, I would start self-checking out. I agree. Maybe if I got 2% off just for doing your job, it would be kind of nice. But if
like I'm doing the job is that I save the company money.
yeah, don't be doing fresh vegetables at self-checkout. See. That's what I'm saying. Don't try doing fresh vegetables.
Yeah,
Exactly.
12 hours for me to ring up a banana and an apple.
That's
I
what
got to
I'm
go through 47 menus.
Fiji apples, Granny Smith apples. No, I just
I'm
want.
holding up the apple, looking at the pictures. This is apple.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And look, if you're out there, don't even act like you're ringing up anything organic. If I have a bag full of organic tomatoes and organic avocados, and I get to that machine, and I got to
I have
self-checkout.
tomatoes. I have plum tomatoes.
I have Roma
and carrots.
tomatoes. Yeah, I have Roma tomatoes and week-old avocados, and that's how I'm ringing them up, and I'm giving myself a discount.
Yeah.
50% off for myself. I'm out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if it's like that Adam Sandler movie. Can I just like smash a can on the ground, get like 15% off, and just
Oh, it's
ring it?
dented.
And just ring it up that way. Just break the banana in
Yeah,
half.
is there a dented button on the self-checkout?
Right. So I'm over the self-checkout. I think there should be a couple in every store so that if you have, I almost think it should say 15 items or less.
It should definitely be. I would think 10.
Yeah, 10 items or less, 15 items, whatever. Something so that it's a quick checkout, and then you have 10 items or 10 aisles where people are actually ringing the stuff up. Now, I know I feel low today too, right? I did talk to somebody that works at the grocery store, and they told me that the reason that you have seen less people at checking people out is because so many people are calling out and so many people don't want to work at the grocery store right now.
My self-checkout issues are pre-COVID.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
has been an issue before COVID.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was not just a COVID issue.
Straight up facts. I'm only saying the lack of people, cash registers, people actually at the cash register, that has dwindled significantly
Yeah.
for me. The amount of self-checkout machines, right, you agree, has increased. But I think it's just a kind of a way for me to get it to use more often. And I know they want that grocery store to be 0 people ringing people up and just a manager or 2 walking around in case there's issues. I know that that's what they want. But that annoys
Also-
me because it literally, man, can you, honestly, just for a second, can you fathom going into like a Costco, or I mean, even a Giant or a Walmart or a Ralph's, and there's nobody ringing people up? Half the time, there's going to be somebody with 100 items.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get behind one idiot that can find their coupon or that rummages through their purse or a guy that can't remember his code to get a discount. And you expect 99% of the populations are idiots. Let's just say that. That seems like a fair number,
Yeah,
right?
that's a fair number based on my empirical evidence of being out in public.
I'm saying you're gonna watch one idiot after the next try and ring something up, and you're gonna be in line for 2 hours. It's gonna be an amusement park in there. So
And I would like to say before I get mad, I'm not mad at those people.
I'm
they have
already mad.
they have every right to buy as many things as they want in the grocery store. Some people go to the grocery store once a week, once a month, whatever it is.
you're not mad at the quantity
No.
of items.
I'm not. You have every right to buy that, but there does need to be a way. If you're going to buy 100 items, you should not be in the same line as the person who needs to ring up 2 things.
Not to mention, not everybody is fast and quick.
Yeah.
It's almost like hand-eye
Yeah.
coordination at that point.
And the machine needs to figure out that, I put the item on the other side.
Oh, for God's sake! Ah! If I can let that scream out right now, where's Wilhelm?
Yeah.
That's me, dude. Every time I put the milk over there, like, place your item in the bagging area.
And then
I'm
you
like,
pick it up,
you listen
bagging
here,
area.
bitch, I already put it there.
Bagging error, bagging error.
We've called the lady over so she can help you. And she comes over, she's like,
she's helping some other person write a check at self-checkout.
she
It takes
always-
20 minutes to
she
get over
always
there.
patronizes the shit out of me. We
Yeah.
go, did you know you got to put it in over here? Oh, is that what I do? I thought I ring it up and just toss it over my shoulder. I had no idea. I always get yelled at.
I thought I just put the whole basket on the thing and it scans everything at once, and I
Place
just pick it up.
item in the checking area. Place item in the and we're calling attendant. You're like, damn it, lady. All right, we're off the self-checkout. I'm just saying, somebody draw a big dick on it, and then we just get rid of all the
Yeah,
machines.
fix
Fix it. We got some comments. What's going on over here? Just me on my W-2. Right, I'm saying, let me get like a percentage back for doing all the work myself. Anything we missed over there, Lamb, let me know.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on before we get too wound up here.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna keep getting.
If you guys think of anything else, for real, if you guys think of anything else that needs a dick drawn on it, because this is the way to fix things now. If you don't like it, you just draw a dick on it. So if you guys can think of anything else, like I said, we got Cleveland Browns, we got Congress and Senate building,
Yeah.
we've got the self-checkout machines. Anything else that you guys think if we could just draw a phallic symbol on, boom, we could fix it. You
Yeah,
guys,
we had some thoughts on like the DMV, maybe.
Yeah.
and some other places like that.
yeah, DMV, you let us know. All right.
All right. So apparently, The Rock had a little bit of an issue with self-checkout.
Dwayne Johnson.
Got a little riled up.
Yeah, a little
and
riled up.
something happened.
Uh-huh.
So, boom. So this happened right here. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You guys don't follow him already. You probably heard the story, but we just thought it was great.
Yeah. So he apparently had a power outage at his house. Has an electric gate to get out the front driveway, and was on his way to work. Movie set apparently. Ton of people waiting on him. Obviously, they can't start without The Rock.
Seems like a punctual guy.
He respects the fact that everybody else is supposed to be there on time, so he's supposed to be there on time. And him being on time costs money.
I only say that, and we do like the tangent before we even get to a story, which is horrible. But for somebody that grew up, and I'm not saying he grew up like with like a super. I mean, I guess his dad was famous. But like somebody, it's not like when you see somebody grow up with like a famous dad. This is a broad stroke, but
Yeah.
they tend to be weird, man. They tend to grow up like strange. They tend to grow up with like entitlement and Dan Snyder and Jeff Bezos. We said Jeff Bezos, so shout out to DJ there. You get a little, yeah. I'll give you a little church here. Yeah, Jeff Bezos would be great. Dan Snyder definitely needs that. But if you draw Dan Snyder a phallic symbol on his head, he's gonna try and call the team that. So you don't want that.
Yeah.
The Washington phallic symbols. All right, go ahead. Yeah, but again, Rock just came out like a normal guy. And
Yeah.
I'm saying you grew up with a famous dad who has money. I think it's really hard to turn out to be a very normal, empathetic person. He seems like that. He might be a sociopath.
Well, it sounds
but
like
we
his
don't know.
dad was semi-famous, but never really had any money.
Oh.
So like he grew up like really like
Okay.
struggling.
There you go.
But so he gets to his gate. Normally, he said if the power's out, he can like there's something he can do with the and manually open the gate. But it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to rip the gate off the like the fence post.
A metal gate?
Solid metal gate. Ripped it off. Here's the destruction. So this is them. There's the gate that he ripped off. Both sides, so he could get his truck out. That's the team that came back.
He ripped it off with his hands or
Yeah,
the car?
his hands. That's them carrying it out.
What a savage. Is there a picture of this? Can you scroll down?
So I don't know.
Oh,
So
there it
there's the
is.
gate. This is the gate he ripped off the other side. So he ripped both sides off so he could drive out.
He got to the gate. The power was out. He said open. I wonder if he was like an old dad, like confused about technology. I wonder
Yeah.
if he was out there like screaming at it. Just gate, open now.
Alexa, gate.
Do it now.
Do it now, open. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 dudes had to carry this gate. Rock got mad and ripped it off the wall.
Okay.
And then he said he didn't have time to wait for the gate company to come and get it. So he just like told his security people to like stay there and he would be back. And they came back and fixed it.
if we're being completely honest, how much stronger than any of those average people would you say he is top to bottom? Because okay, if you
It's
like,
weird because strength is like a thing. Like everybody's got like a baseline and then you have to go above it.
Right,
Like
and-
you have
and
like
I-
you're
and-
walking around strength, like normal person strength.
and each increment, even if it's small, is actually pretty drastic. Because like if
Yeah.
you put like a Joe Schmo on a bench press, he might be able to do 185. Hell, he might be able to do 200 pounds,
Yeah.
right? Just off the whim. Now, if Rock could do 400, that seems like, oh, that's only double what like a guy
It's
that's
not double.
right. But
Yeah.
right in weightlifting world,
Yeah.
that's like an extra house on top,
Yeah.
right? So again, I'm just saying, I would say Rock is what maybe he's probably 3 times combined. He's probably 3 times
Yeah,
as strong
as strong
those
as
guys.
3 people.
He's pretty strong as 3 guys. I mean,
And he's
not to men-
huge, like
and he's been
just
doing it
massive,
his whole life,
and knows how to do it.
and he
knows
doesn't
how to
cut
move.
corners.
Yeah.
And
Eats a
and
lot of fish.
He has a really
He's
strong,
got a good metabolism.
great cheat day full of cookies
Yeah.
and ice cream. Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta respect the
Seems
guy.
like a good guy.
Yeah.
Loves his kids.
drinks a lot of tequila. You know,
Yeah.
all the equation, all the stuff
Gives
you
to
need for
charity.
all the stuff you need for a health equation. Yeah, so we just love the story. I mean, it is almost too good to be true. It's almost like surreal that he could rip a gate off the wall. But
If anybody could, though.
right, it doesn't really leave any other explanation other than like you rammed it with his car. But you would probably see damage from that, which I don't see.
Yeah, exactly. That gate is just intact.
Yeah, correct.
Like, it's just insane to me, though. Like, because it's not one. He's not even one of those guys to boast.
No, he's not really a boast.
Like, I
mean,
think he was kind of proud of it after the fact.
yeah, he was. I'm sure he would. I also know this. That moment may seem funny now, but if you're late and you can't get out, I know
That
that
was a little extra strength in there.
I'm sure I go from like 0 to 100 really fast. Like, open this goddamn gate, honey. This is why I said we don't need an electric gate. All right. Anyway, moving on.
Jarrett in the chat, Royd's hell of a drug.
Roids, hell of a drug. Do you think he takes roids? Probably in like a balanced level, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know if he's just like like pumping full, like like some of these guys that overdo it.
Because you would feel like he'd have health issues by now if he did
exactly.
it too much,
I do
right?
think he might cycle it in, or he's taking testosterone maybe, like
Okay.
TRT therapy or something
We
like
should
that.
get somebody on the show that legit takes.
All right,
steroids.
Rock. So after you're done shooting this film, come on the show. We got some questions we want to talk.
He is not going to tell us if he takes roids on the show.
No, we'll just ask him we'll work out together. We'll take him out to the gym outside.
Maybe
I think he'll be impressed.
Maybe we can set it up early. So we'll say, hey, if we say gummy bears, that means roids. And then like an hour into the show, be like, you like gummy bears? And he's like, yeah, I like gummy bears. Got you, bitch.
The funny thing is, I don't think he likes gummy bears. Like we'd have to come up
Damn
with like
it.
protein shakes.
Yeah,
You-
You like tequila protein shakes?
or just something be like, how many protein shakes a day you drink? And he's like, I don't know, 3 or 4. And you're like,
3
"Whoa,
steroids
ah!"
a day, you son of a bitch, cheating bastard. And our show is no more. And then he literally picks us up like a fence and
I know,
breaks us
it's
in half.
like one each hand
Yeah.
just throws us.
Right through the lighting. Anyway, all right.
Beautiful lighting.
Shout out
we
The
have
Rock
here.
breaking off his own fence. All right, let's move on.
All
Okay,
right.
so this is the segment
The
of the
Rock's got some pretty awesome jobs.
Yes, he does.
But speaking of,
He does really have all the cool shit, man. He's like
XFL owner, tequila owner, just
all American
movie star,
badass, yeah.
fitness personality, like everything.
as we always say though, on the show, we say this a lot. he gets what he gets because he works it for
Yeah.
it. And everybody's like, I want to be American Badass. Okay, well then wake up every single morning at 4 o'clock and work out for 2 hours and eat healthy every single day for your entire life.
for
and
20 years
That's
and-
what you look like.
yeah.
It's like, it's not an unknown equation. It's just a really hard one. You know,
It's like that. What's the Rock Kevin Hart CIA one? What's that one?
What's up?
The Rock and Kevin Hart CIA one.
Oh,
Movie?
some intelligence or
Yeah, Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. Yeah.
And so he's in it, and he's like, "How'd you do it, man?" He's like, "Oh, it's pretty simple, man. Just 15 years. You just work out 6 hours a day, and anybody could do it." It's just such a true line.
It's so true, dude. Yeah, 6 hours a day for the rest of your life, you look like that. No worries. Actually, you won't look like that because
No.
he's got really good genes,
Yeah.
and you still won't look like
Yeah,
that.
you won't be 6'3", and
Probably
yeah,
won't be as good as looking. You
Yeah.
won't be famous, and you won't have.
won't be able to talk like him. It'll be great.
You won't have your own tequila brand. Nothing. Okay, great. Anyway,
Nope, that's not the one. That's the one.
so we had a story, and the story itself was great, but it did kind of spawn this idea. We love to do this on the show. We love to kind of dig a little deeper into something, just because to be honest with you, even kind of talking about it is a positive release in a way. It's like getting excited about something that could be in your future is really exciting. We saw this article about Michelob Ultra, and they're looking for what they're calling their new CEO, the Chief Exploration Officer, not what you think of CEO. But what they're going to do is they're going to pay somebody $50,000 for 6 months of work. And what they want this person to do is they said they're going to give you a vehicle, right?
Yeah, a Michelob Ultra tricked out van. It said,
Badass.
and equipment, and you can bring somebody with you.
Okay, so you get a travel partner. So you get a tricked out van. They give you $50,000 for 6 months. They want you to travel all around to like the best parks in the United States. And I shouldn't say best, but every park's probably very exciting. So they want you to just travel from park to park. They're going to give you, I do think it's funny that they specify they're going to give you like an unlimited amount of like Michelob Ultra. I don't know
Well,
why.
I'm assuming that they need to be featured a lot
In,
in,
like,
the,
the
pictures.
Yeah.
They also did say they're paying for gas.
Paying for gas.
Like, so
Okay.
it's like the 50K is on top.
So what they want this person to do is every day take pictures from these beautiful parks, and I assume you're right, probably feature. It's just making me laugh because it's like it's almost impossible. If I follow this Instagram account, I assume it's gonna make this person look like a raging alcoholic. You know, it's like,
Yeah, but you can be like an alcoholic and like an outdoorsy badass.
I wonder if like 2 years from now we check on this guy though, and he's like, it was the worst thing to ever happen to me.
I've never recovered.
I'm wandering homeless for years drinking Michelob.
Do you get to keep the van after you're done, you think? Because it does. It says it's like it's 1 year. I'm assuming. I don't know if they're gonna just like keep this position going forever.
Yeah, I don't know. And what they want is, I guess, and actually, to be honest with you, as far as PR stunts, I guarantee you they spend $3 million on a commercial, $50,000 to pay some jamoke like me to drive around and
That had the best time of their life for 6 months.
best $50,000. Not to mention everybody's going to follow this and see what this guy's doing. And they even say in there they want people to vicariously live through this individual. So that alone, I just love the idea. I've talked about this a lot. I hate social media, but if it was my only job every day to find a great couple pictures and post them, it'd be great. Again, like you said, feature it. But I just think it's gonna be really funny. This guy's like swimming, and here he is with a Michelob Ultra. It's like eggs in the morning. Always wash it down with a Michelob Ultra. It's like, you know,
Yeah, no, it's like, it's got like a cast iron pan over an open fire, glaciers, and a Michelob Ultra.
Ultra.
You're like-
Here I am on my 10-mile hike. I love to stay fit, but after my fitness, I always wash it down with a Michelob Ultra.
I'm climbing the glaciers. Don't need a cooler.
Yeah. Some people like water. Some people like electrolytes. I like Michelob Ultra.
Keeps the calories low.
When
Keeps
I'm
the
drunk,
carbs down.
When I'm drunk, I forget about my dehydration. And Michelob Ultra only has, I think, 0.7% alcohol. So
Yeah,
after
you'll be
78
fine.
of yeah,
be fine.
be fine. Anyway, talking about this, I don't know. Like, it's almost like it's like every kid, man. Like when you're a kid, you talk about like what would be the most awesome job in the world. Like when you were a kid, you thought like
Video game tester. or
video
something.
game tester, eating Cheetos, and
Yeah,
just blasting through Mountain Dew.
Dorito quality control.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. What the heck? Oh, sorry. I said something on my chat. Somebody was saying something. Anyway, welcome to chat. If you guys are new, if you guys just joined us here, we got some new people just trickling in. If you guys are new, hit that follow button, man. Me and Lamb are here every Monday and Thursday doing some podcasts. Hang out with us. All right, so that got us thinking, what better jobs are out there other than this? I mean, this is a cool job, but it's only 6 months of work.
Yeah.
So-
Well, there was one that we talked about that sounded really good until I looked into it. So
Okay.
we'll start with this guy.
Okay.
Because I got a little.
Cool.
This guy, Cheeseburger Tester.
Boom.
We want you to find the top burger in the United States. We're going to pay for you to travel around finding out what the best burger is.
Okay.
Best cheeseburger.
Okay.
Sounds like a fucking awesome time, right?
Sounds like I'd put on some weight.
Yeah.
Might as well join with the Michelob deal.
Yeah, exactly. Double up. All right. How much you think you're getting paid to be the Cheeseburger Tester, though?
I mean, if we're getting 50,000 to take pictures outside and drink beer, I better be getting at least 40 grand to eat cheeseburgers and get fat for the rest of the year.
How about $500?
Sounds like I need a new job.
It's just like it just seems like.
Is that really what it is?
yeah,
$500?
$500.
So what do I gotta do? I gotta.
They want the best cheeseburger in the United States. They did say they're going to pay for your travel around the United States to taste these burgers.
Right, but I gotta go like East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah,
The-
and I bet there's a lot of good burgers in the middle too.
you would hope.
I bet there's a real good burger
But
in the middle.
I bet you're right. Okay, does it specify it has to be like a chain, I wonder? Or is it just like
no,
the
just
best
best
cheeseburger?
burger. They want like patty texture, patty seasoning, bun softness, bun taste, complexity of flavors, relish, sauce, cheese, all this stuff.
Real quick off the top of your head, I mean, I think when I think burger, I mean, I'm sure there are, okay, like if you went to like the Rive Gauche, if you went to like a really fancy restaurant or a really nice hotel that had like a 5-star place there,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you they could cook some like super fine meat burger that would be great. But for me, I'm just being blunt, that doesn't really count for me.
That's
Like,
not
if-
it's a burger, but
Right.
it's not like
Like if budget is no option, then I don't really think the burger
this
counts.
is an A5 Wagyu like ground beef burger
Nah.
that 3 people on the planet have eaten.
Right, that-
like cool. Like
this-
I'm
this-
sure it's delicious.
This cow grew up in like a box
Yeah,
of just
I
like
know.
fresh oxygen
Yeah,
and like the
like, yeah.
purest grass. You know, we like smoked weed
Kinda-
with them every day.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
kind of cheating at that point.
right?
Like,
That doesn't count.
it needs to be something that they're serving a lot of.
I want greasy. I want like a bag of cheese that just a stacks of cheese that you got to use. I don't want like.
And I honestly think it needs to be pretty much cheeseburger only. The toppings can't be, making that choice.
Yeah, yeah. Said the constant gets money for travel. Yeah, it gets money for travel and cost of food. Right, so that's great. But I'm saying, I agree. Yeah, that's great. But if you have your own expenditures, like if you want to like go out and
But you still like in 6 months, you're like.
let's say hypothetically you want something else to eat that day other than a cheeseburger, you can go F yourself. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it just sounded real kind of douchey. Like it's like, all right, you work for us for 6 months, and you got to like travel around and eat cheeseburgers. That's cool. But at the end of it, you'll have $500.
Derek said 500 isn't enough. That's a lot of calories to work off. Right, you're going to end up spending like $1,000 in gym memberships trying to get that calorie bag off. So again, I think as far as I would go, if I was to consider the best burger on the planet, and they come out with like the Hilton in Florida, I was like, nah,
Yeah, the Force Ritz Carlton's.
nah, that don't count.
Yeah.
I want greasy ass burger. Okay, but as far as I go, I mean, I'm just saying this. I know we're going to have an argument about this, and we probably should have a full episode. Hell, we should probably just get to some burgers on here and start featuring them like one per episode. Just chase them, be like, where do we put this among the burgers? Five Guys and Shake Shack.
Surprisingly good.
Surprisingly for me, probably the best burgers I've eaten. Just as far as like fast burgers go, quick burgers.
As far as chains go,
Shake Shack is probably
they're right up there.
Five
And the
Guys
problem
and
is,
Shake
like,
Shack is really that close for me.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a Shake Shack burger, I'm dead serious. They did themselves a disservice by putting their milkshakes in the title of their store, because if you don't know the story behind Shake Shack, it was quite literally a guy who was a pretty damn good cook who was moderately annoyed because all these burger places were making so much money, so he started a hot dog stand. This hot dog stand became so coveted and the lines for it became like so ridiculous that he started opening more locations. It quite literally grew into Shake Shack. This guy knows how to make a burger. He knows how to slam it onto a sandwich. If you haven't had one, give it a shot. I'm serious. Double
Get that
cheese.
potato bun in your life.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't even mess around with it. All right, so let's get into this Lamb. Let's go through some of the best. We're gonna do this, guys. What we're gonna do is, me and Lamb are gonna each rattle off some of the best jobs that we were able to dig up and find. Take a stab at maybe with you guys figuring out what this person would actually make a year. If you guys have a guess, throw it in the chat. And then we're going to narrow it down to the top 4 and pick a winner, because we are curious what the best job would be considered right now that you could have. That I think salary's got to be at least.
Oh, salary's a factor.
It's got to be a small factor, because this $500 thing's pissing me off, right?
I know. It's like it sounds like a badass job. You make this $50,000, I'm in.
I'm saying Michelob's giving me 50. They're giving
50 grand, a van, beer, gas money.
basically a hot chick to ride around with as well.
Find
Yeah.
a chick that's super into like hanging out for 6
Listen,
months.
babe, I got this badass vehicle, unlimited funds, unlimited beer, and we're traveling.
And we got to go to all the coolest places.
yeah, I'll put that on Craigslist.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Just
I'll start taking applications.
straight up facts. All right, so let's get into it. Lamb, why don't you rattle us off here? Let's give me a job that you think is somewhere in the middle here, somewhere I can
All right.
maybe get excited.
Yeah,
about.
this is kind of we'll start. I'm not gonna come out too strong. We'll build.
Yeah. Throw me a softball.
All right. Online dating ghostwriter.
Whoa.
So you get paid to write other people's dating profiles. This is a per hour job, I will say.
per hour. Okay, so
At least
that's how you want me. That's how you want me to guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the rate they quoted is per hour.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't take you more than 2 hours to write somebody's online dating profile.
Yeah, but you got to get some background on them. Maybe you interview them, get some questions. They got to fill a questionnaire out. You
you
want to
sound like the government. That is them milking the job.
I need some social security
All right, I
numbers.
get paid by the hour. Let's start. Give me your history from when you were 3.
Yeah, what are your former addresses, mother's maiden name?
What kind of clothes did you used to wear? What do you wear now? And what are you going to wear in the future?
How would you describe your style?
Right. Yeah, how would you describe your friend's style?
All right, so Paul's guessing 15 an hour in the chat.
I'm going to say it's much higher than that because I feel like these people are rude. So I'm going to say it's 50 an hour. I'm going to say this person's getting 50 an hour. You pay them $100 and they'll come up with some average stuff for you.
It said 25 per hour, but it did not specify the minimum hour requirements. I would assume you're probably paying at least $100 for this.
Right, you're probably 2 hours minimum, right?
I would say maybe even 4 hour
Remember
minimum.
4 hours minimum. Well, before we move on,
So you make $1,000 a week doing this.
I'm just
if you
being,
get 40 hours worth.
It's a double-edged sword for me because, I mean, before we even get into actually if the job is okay, it's a double-edged sword because you're kind of faking it, right? You're kind of like if someone, oh right, I know, I hear you. You're kind of like catfishing a little bit because when that person meets you, they're gonna think you have quick wit, or they're gonna think you're well spoken, or they're gonna think you're, and you show up and you're like, hey, check this out.
All right, but counter to that, professional resume writer.
All right. I don't give a damn if they like me, though. I just want to take their money and get the job.
But I'm just saying, like, you're then not really the person that wrote that resume. Like,
Fair.
So I'm just saying, to me, that's the kind of the thought. Is it's basically like an online dating resume.
Fair. I'll give you that. And I'll say this, most of the time with the opposite sex, it's really just giving that person to give you a shot.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah, I just want to get through the door, then I got to sell myself.
Right.
And that's what the same thing with the resume.
Fair enough.
If it gets you in the door, you still got to sell yourself in that interview.
I don't want the resume writer job. It sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like I have to grind.
That sounds miserable.
And it sounds like I have to write, which
All right.
sounds like horse shit.
What do you got?
For me?
Yeah, you give me one.
I'll give you one. All right, I'll give you one. Paul, this is actually a direct one for you here. This is one I thought you could really specialize in. I thought this was something that really you just stop what you're doing
Might
now.
find your niche.
This is your niche here. This is a person called a color expert. This person is hired quite literally for companies, for PR reasons, for all sorts of things, and they essentially tell you how your ads, how your colors make you feel, how you are perceived by
blue.
right. How if you showed them something, this was again, and I think they could probably be applied to maybe people's houses or something, but that's really kind of a different
I know they
category.
do it in movies too, right? Like they colorize the scenes and stuff
Yeah,
sometimes. And
correct.
like,
But they again mostly work for companies. They come in, you show them their ad, you show them your logo, and they will tell you how you feel. Someone got jokes, I see. Yeah, Paul, that was rude. Paul's got color blindness, so that was kind of a fucked up joke. But anyway, it is kind of funny. Again, I only first off, let me have you take a guess on how much it costs, but for them to get paid. But I also, it does kind of sound like somebody just made up a job.
yeah, I got a cousin, and he's really good at colors.
Okay,
like,
so am I. I'm
yeah,
talking really
like
good
he
at colors.
understands colors. Like he knows the whole color wheel, like all of them. He can name them all.
He doesn't even just know them. He literally sits and talks the colors. Like he really just gets it.
He's got that 64 box of crayons.
He loves talking to the mac and cheese crown. He's really into it. He knows how they feel.
You know that one kid in like elementary school who would bust out the big box of crayons. You're like, oh, your parents are rich.
Yeah, or you're really into the crayons.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm saying if I was a color expert, it would almost be impossible for me not to be pretentious about it because otherwise I don't think people believe that I'm serious. So if I walked in, you were like, "Hey, we have this yellow and red. We're hoping it comes off as a positive vibe," and I'm like, "Oh no, there's nothing positive about this." You're like, "Really? I can say whatever I want."
Yeah, you don't understand.
You don't understand what happens when you put
The psychology of colors.
You put these yellows and these reds, people will jump off a bridge. You're like, "I'm sorry, we'll change it."
So we got here. Did you know how colors smell? We got 65 an hour and 99 an hour.
All right.
I'm assuming this is an annual salary?
This is an annual salary.
All
I'm
right,
sorry, I should have
so-
specified.
yeah.
Never shitter.
I'm gonna go like 60 grand.
That's pretty fair. Close. It's actually a little less, but it is 40 to 50 grand a year. So I would say that's fair for how much shit you'd probably making up on a daily.
I feel like that's on like sommelier level.
Yeah, straight up.
You're just making shit.
I would say,
I
yeah.
get hints of earthy pine. Maybe some musky undertones.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for musky undertones. Whatever that is, I want that.
Yeah.
No,
If you put in the word undertones, people are.
I would pay you $40 an hour just to listen to somebody tell them about the colors and how bad it is.
I would hire somebody who knew nothing to purposely, like, you just gotta give them shit. Like,
I know
give
for a fact if you put me in there as the color expert, they wouldn't know the difference between the person that was if the color expert came to me and said, "Look, I just lost a leg and I have the flu. I can't go in there and do my job. Is there any way you could do it for me?" I would be like, "Look,
Yeah.
do you give me anything?" They're like, "Look, just use like a lot of moody words. You got it, no doubt." I'm in there like, "Yo, purple and blue. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I literally want to just jump out a bridge right now." So I don't know. I love the idea of his job, but it also sounds like a lot of BSing, which I'd be great at, but it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of money. It doesn't seem like you get to work with a lot of cool people. So I'm out on it. Anyway, let's move on.
All right.
300,000. I love it.
All right. Master marijuana extractor.
Whoa.
Now, this is the person who takes the THC out of the plants and harvests it for the edibles.
What's up?
So
How
they-
to harvest it.
They harvest the THC for the edibles.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some science involved. So you do need a little bit of a science background to actually do this, to do it properly and maximize your yields and all that stuff.
Okay. This is, I don't know why, like in my brain, the first thing I saw was like just like an assembly line of like weed coming across, and he's just like eating some of it as he goes.
That's a good match.
Mark, stop eating it. It's like, I don't know. I just the only way I don't know.
I also will say those weed people are. DJ wants the application. These weed people are a little bit. If you've ever been to a weed shop in California, they are very much like these sommelier people.
Oh,
They're
for
giving
sure.
you the piney, earthy undertones
They
with
would
hints of vanilla and.
They would swear they could tell you how it's going to affect the rest of your day. You smoke this, you'll probably end up making an organic pasta dish, and you'll probably end up watching a really sad story at the end of the night. You're like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Like, so if you're looking for more of like a rom-com, this is what you want.
So, yeah. That guy, though, seems like he's doing a lot of work, and I worked in a place where I saw chemists and biologists work, and if you are, and I mean this, if you are not fascinated by that work,
By beakers.
then you are at a loss. That is not the profession for you. All right, I got one for you. How much job I would say?
That's per year. That's annual.
I think that's probably an average job. I would say probably 60,000 a year.
Try 85K, bro.
Wow. The only thing I would say is, 120. Snoop Dogg makes like 50,000 for his blunt roller. What? 50,000 for a blunt roller?
Snoop's personal person who rolls his blunts.
I mean, it sounds like it's just a really good buddy. That
Yeah,
he
then
wanted
you
to
got
put
to
on the
figure
payroll.
out like some
he wanted to
way
put
to
on the
slide.
payroll,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
yeah, slide him some cash.
Yo, making like $5 million.
Although, if you're hanging with someone, that guy's probably busy as shit
I'm saying like
all day long.
I pay this dude 20 grand a year. He makes sure I have fresh sneakers all the time. It's like, dude, that's just a friend of yours that like has like a good shoe taste. Like,
Yeah, like, that's my shoe boy.
I wonder,
what you
can
got?
you get in trouble as like the personal weed roller, like showing up late?
No, bro.
I was stoned, dude. What do you?
Yeah. Sorry,
you
man.
gave it to me. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, do you think he's one of those guys like don't get high on your own supply kind of
no,
guy?
I don't. I can't imagine.
You can't hang out with Snoop and and be secondarily
You're paying
high.
me $50,000 a year. We'll read. You're expecting me to skim off the top is what I would expect. So mine. I had a Ben and Jerry's guru. So this is a person that's not only required to taste the ice cream, they are required to come up with flavor combinations as well. So after new flavors are presented, they are tasting, and then in the midst of all that, they are creating different flavors. I will say this. It does seem to
That's
be
big business.
big business, and it does seem to be a strict criteria because you go in, you see the Ben and Jerry section in a grocery store. I would say, usually 10, 15 flavors. There's not 100 there. Now they rotate. You will see.
I think they keep like 30-ish in
Right.
like full rotation.
I'm saying, but over the course of what? I mean, how long has Ben and Jerry's been around?
30 years, 40 years?
30, 40 years. I'm saying that's less than a flavor a year. I'm sure there's way more than 30
Yeah.
total flavors. But again, they're not overly impressed with every flavor, right? And they don't just keep pumping out every year 5 new flavors for you,
You don't see a lot of like flavor of the day.
No.
Or like people love Swedish fish. Shove it in there.
Paul, you're in on that though, right? You're back on your Ben and Jerry's guru. You're in on right. You don't see flavors of the day. You don't see flavors of the month. You don't see it's Thanksgiving or whatever. Here's a pumpkin spice latte. You don't see it, right?
Yeah.
So they are very critical. I guarantee people probably bring them 50, 100 flavors a year, and they just keep shitting them out. They're like, no, that's just X. No, wrong.
Not us, not our and everything is to the best. So I'm
Yes.
sure there's like flavors that are like fake flavors that you'll just never see, like a strawberry kiwi or something.
Right.
Like you'll just never see a fake flavor in
Right.
Ben & Jerry's.
No, you're right. Again, one of the best examples, this weekend we had our cheat day, and as always, we go pretty hard on our cheat day here at the house. I got a flavor, and I was kind of laughing because my friend was sitting there, and he said, "Why would you even pick that flavor?" And I said, "The only reason the flavor was strawberry cheesecake." It's not like I don't like strawberry ice cream, but it's probably like 1,000th on my list of ice creams that I like. So again, you would ask, why would I get this strawberry cheesecake flavor? The reason was because my brother got it before, and it's incredible. And you're like, look, that tells you all you need to know. That's what Ben & Jerry's does. They take a very ordinary idea, and they make sure it's not only good, it's so good that every time I go to the store, I have to have it again. So that's what we're talking about. So if you're going to be a guru, you can't just roll up in there and start recommending like
I'd say
chocolate
like
brownies.
180K.
That's a pretty good guess. Actually, for this job, now they have elementary beginner positions start at 40,
All right.
all the way
I'm
up all the way up to 200K.
Yeah.
So
I'd be in on that. I'd work my way up that ladder.
Yeah.
That
Now,
taste ladder.
Now, do you have to put on weight as you do it, or if they don't trust you?
Now, do you trust a flavor guru
It's thin.
who's skinny? Actually, if they're very fit, I trust them a lot.
I trust them a lot.
If they're just skinny, I don't trust them at all.
No. Yeah. So, but if you're a big guy, I
If
gotta
you're a
trust
big guy,
you. Gotta
I trust
trust
you.
you. I gotta trust you. Yeah.
You taste enough to
Yeah.
know what's good.
That's right. All right. Do you have another one? Because I got a couple.
Oh,
good
I got
ones.
tons.
All right. Give me a good one.
All right. Professional bed warmer.
Wow.
So it's a person you hire. They get into the bed first, warm it up for you. They come out, and then you.
That?
Yeah, however they need to do it.
This bed is so warm, and it smells like ketchup.
So,
I don't know why ketchup.
yeah, it was an interesting lane to choose, but I'm glad you went with that versus some other options.
Yeah, I thought it was PG. Professional bed warmer. I mean, how often can they be working? Like, do they work for individual?
Individuals, or I would assume you're not
For a
going like
hotel?
house to house.
No, I mean, like if you're at a hotel?
maybe a hotel keeps them on staff. I don't know.
I mean, I literally have no idea. I mean, if somebody was going to pay me to be a professional bed warmer, that feels like I'd have to be on call. It feels like I'd have to be ready. And if I'm ready, then probably have to be at their house. So I'd probably be making a salary, right? Because you can't.
Oh yeah, it's an annual salary.
It's an annual salary, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't. Right. You can't say like, "Yo, Nick, we need you in the house in 25 minutes. This bed is freezing cold, and I need somebody in here." And then what? They give me $100? Like, F off.
Yeah, just a gig economy is Uber of bed warmers.
No way,
Just call
dude.
somebody up, they roll up to your house and get in your bed.
Based on everything else I've seen, this person probably makes decent money. So maybe $60,000 a year.
You would be shocked.
I don't want to hear it. Then get out.
$200,000 a year.
No. I mean, if you're really tightly wrapped in those sheets, I mean, damn, that's snug. That really is snug.
Yeah.
That's snug.
Maybe they tuck the people in. Maybe the people, afterwards. But
Ketchup smelling farts has me geeking out. I'm glad.
$200K.
I'm glad ketchup came out of my mouth, then DJ. I'm not even sure why ketchup came out.
Yeah.
My brain is just like that.
$200K, bro.
I don't understand. I also imagine there's got to be a criteria. I bet you have to smell good.
Oh yeah, you got to be freshly washed. You got to be freshly showered coming in there. Nobody wants like extra oils in their bed.
No way, dude. And yeah, you gotta be freshly smell, and you gotta kind of know the person. They don't want to probably come up to you every 10 minutes and be like, "Yo, get in my bed." You've got to know when they want naps and things like that. I just don't have a problem with a cold bed because I'm about to warm it up anyway.
I kind of like a cold bed.
Yeah, I kind of like a cold bed too. It makes me feel like nobody's been in there yet.
No, it's like
Yeah.
you sit down on the toilet and it's warm. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to. I don't know if I'd want to get in a warm bed.
Right. Somebody said one.
Like you feel, you're like whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know who said it. It was a comedian or show. Somebody said when I get on a warm toilet, it feels like I'm just pressing my butt cheeks against somebody else's butt cheeks, and
Yeah.
it makes me uncomfortable. That's how I feel like in a bed. I feel like I just got in there after somebody was making out with their girlfriend or something. I don't want it. All right.
You got some more?
Oh, I got a good one
Yeah,
here.
okay.
This one is kind of a play on yours, but it's slightly different. There is actually a job right now. DJ, if you are listening, I need you to turn up your headphones. There is a weed and sex journalist position right now, and it's apparently in multiple places. There's a couple in the United States, and there's obviously a couple in obviously places like Amsterdam and whatnot. So there are a lot of forums, a lot of blogs, and they're always looking for people, like you said, to kind of do blogs about weed. There's people that are doing blogs about sex. There's people that are doing blogs about everything, right? There is a lot of companies that are looking for people to do a blog about sex, but they want them to specifically be stoners because they want to know if there's a difference in their
Weird. I feel like you would be better off with a person who is not, but is willing to smoke.
Whoa. So you're saying somebody that would maybe
Have a stronger baseline.
okay.
And I feel like you would have more of an impact on those initial
Yeah.
smoking effects.
Maybe, and I don't know if it says. I don't even know if the article says you have to be a stoner. I just think it. You know,
Yeah.
they want you to. They want you specifically to be able to smoke, and then engage in adult activities. And then they want you to write about it, and they want you to talk about the details and the differences and all that hoopla. How much do you think that person's getting paid to be a blogger online and talk about that specific subject?
Depends how often they're doing it, but I'm going to say 50K.
50K is right flat dead in the middle. It is 32 to 64,000 a year.
All
So
right.
that's a pretty good job.
Depends
man.
how much you're getting, I guess. Like, is it per blog post? Like,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh,
literally-
it was a dry week.
Quite literally depends on how much you're getting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would assume they're probably looking for either like just a male bimbo or somebody that has a girlfriend, right? I would
Yeah.
imagine, or a significant other, or a female that has a boyfriend, or a partner or something of some kind. I feel like that's a dream job for most people. But however, you've got to be pretty personal too. I don't think a lot of people like talking about
Yeah,
that
you
stuff.
got to be willing to share your whole life.
Yeah.
And obviously your writing skills.
Yes.
You got to have
Me like sex.
it was good. 6 O's. Like, wow, 6 O's.
Just every article. It's like, yeah, to be honest with you, that was pretty fun. All right.
I liked it.
See you guys next week. Next week.
I don't know if she liked it, but I liked it.
Next week. You know what? The weed was pretty good. Sex was pretty good too. All right. Thank you, Nick. You've really brought the heat for 6 weeks in a row. Everything seems to be pretty good.
I'd say, yeah.
I'd
recommend it.
He's given everything a 7 to 9 out of 10. He's never given anything below a 7. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Everything was great. All right. What do you got? You got another one for me?
Oh, I got so many.
Give me another one. Let's narrow it down here. We got to narrow down a couple.
All right, this is one I got because I got a couple stats for you that you're really going to love.
Give it to me.
Professional golf ball retriever
Whoa.
from like in the water and stuff like
So
that.
they got to be a scuba diver.
Not necessarily,
Or
but willing to dive down and get the balls.
Okay. Now.
And we're talking the high end people, not like I just like a 15-year-old kid who like walks the course afterwards and has like 12 golf balls.
Just like a redneck that lives near a golf course. It's like
no, but they do it for a living.
Okay,
full
so
time.
Does this person get to sell the golf balls themselves?
Yeah, they sell the golf balls. They
Okay.
polish them back up and sell them.
Well, that is part of the job.
That's part of the job.
They don't give them to somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. God, at that point, I guarantee there's probably because I know for my old job, I think they used to have a golf ball cleaner. My old golf course. I'm pretty sure. Like I would go out and collect all the golf balls. If you guys don't know, I used to actually have the position of the guy that would drive around in the metal cart and collect the golf balls from the range where everybody would try to hit at me. More fun than you would think. Actually, you feel like you're like the kid getting bullied in high school, but you're really like actually kind of just like.
But you're invincible.
It's almost kind of like a gladiator or something. Like they're like dodging things. Like dodging tennis balls. It feels like. I would say, uh-oh, sorry, guys.
Start wrapping it up.
All right, guys.
All right,
the,
Tone.
Tony.
Second job for you.
Guys are behind schedule again.
how
sorry.
much? How much do you think a professional golf ball retriever makes annually for the golf balls they find, clean, and sell?
Yeah, they got to go underwater, and they have to get all the balls out of the lake. And how much do you think they make a year?
That's like a $40,000 a year job.
That's not a bad guess.
All right, Nick, what's your guess?
I would guess it's substantially more. I would guess double that. I would say like 80,000 a year.
100K, bro.
Tony,
100K.
start looking for golf balls, brother.
Get on it.
Tony's our crew chief. He is
So one of the-
42K. Me and Tony, DJ and Tony almost guessed the exact
Yeah.
same amount of money. That's so
All
bizarre.
right. So fun fact: TPC Sawgrass, 17th, the Island Green.
Mhm.
How many golf balls do you think a year
you
get
guys-
lost in that water?
You guys don't know TPC is a really famous golf hole. It is quite literally surrounded by water. So you have to tee off. You have to go over maybe 100 yards of water, maybe 140, land it, and you can't go deep left or right because that's in water as well. It's
Yeah,
complete-
Island Green, it's considered.
completely island green. I would say how many a year?
Yeah, that's what they mentioned in this article. So I want to throw this one in there.
This number has got to be something. I mean, I literally have no basis for how many balls get hit in there, but I would say he's probably pulling. I mean, I'm trying to think how many people go to that hole. 20,000 a year?
120,000 a year.
120,000 golf balls.
Come out of that water. They said it's only 4 or 5 feet deep, so it's actually not too bad. And there's a guy who goes in there and just gets
Does
them all.
anybody land on the green?
People will just post up, I bet, with like just a rack of golf balls.
You're probably right. They just hit like 7 of them
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, you're probably. I mean, it's 120,000 is a lot though in a year. I mean, you got to think how many people go
Yeah.
through that course. That's just doesn't even seem
That
like
was a
120,000.
shocking number.
Yeah, that is really a shocking number. So that person make 100K, huh? Your dream job. So yeah, they just said that's your dream job, dude. There you go. Yeah, so I said Paul's at
Thanks,
5,000. Yeah, right. Yeah, Paul, I was with you on 5,000 golf balls because you just have to imagine the amount of people that go through the course. You assume at least half of them make it onto the green, but apparently
I was shocked when I saw that. I had to put those numbers in
Apparently
just
minus
because
5
it was
people are making it on the
ridiculous.
green. All right, so I'm going to go through these next ones kind of rapid fire because I want to get to the
Yeah.
bracket. If you want to do a feng shui job, you just want to go and make somebody's
Annual or hour?
per job.
Per job?
You go in there, you make sure somebody's living room is feng shui.
Like $2,000.
Not a little more, but it's 500 to 900 a job for a feng shui person.
Okay.
Also sounds completely made up, but I would say you would
Professional organizer, basically.
Right.
They're just like,
exactly that.
yeah, I get you. A little
All
bit.
right.
All right.
How about a professional water slide tester? This is a real position. They travel around when theme parks open their new water slide and they test it. I will say this. At first, when I first wrote it down, I said, man, that does sound like a dream job. But then I thought, what if like 1 out of 100 is not working that well?
Yep. Well, if you haven't seen the Action Park documentary on HBO, check it out. Water park I used to go to as a kid in New Jersey, labeled the most dangerous park in the world.
Why?
Because killed more people than any other amusement park.
I saw a video many years ago where the guy was coming around one and he shot off the side.
Yeah, no, they had one that was a full loop.
Oh.
And they were sending a dummy down, and it kept coming out headless. And then they kept changing the angle slightly. And then the first time the dummy came out with its head on, they opened it that day.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that was one of the rides. They had the world's largest tide pool, or like wave pool. They said normal wave pools are like 6 feet, 8 feet waves.
Yeah.
It had 15 and 20 feet waves. They said first day, like over 100 people had to get saved.
Oh my God.
Like tons of people have drowned there
I'm
and
not even
died.
it sounds
We
like
had
awesome. Like,
swings into. I used to go there as a kid. There was like rope swings into literally mountain spring water that was like 50 degrees, so it would like shock you, and you could like.
I love the idea of I actually love the idea of a huge wave pool. But I think you need to sign waivers, and I think it's got to be the adult section. I think they need like 10 people max.
That's why they closed it, because they kept having so many incidents, and nobody would insure them. But yeah, professional, I'll say 50K.
Only 30,000 a year for a water slide tester.
There's only so long the water slides are open.
That's right,
year-round,
and
so-
there's only so many places that are open to new water slides.
Yeah.
So we got that one, and then we have a private island caretaker. This was in almost every list.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, almost every list we looked at. The thing is, if one of these rich people has a house on an island somewhere, they need somebody to stay there, kind of, make sure the water stays running, make sure the place doesn't get destroyed, make sure all the, stuff like that. And you literally just stay there. You don't do anything else. You just house sit.
I'd say 40K.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. 15 to 45,000, depending on how often they need you there. But yeah, it could be about 30 to 40,000 a year. If
Plus
they
a free place to live.
plus a free place to stay. You could also be a fortune cookie writer.
Do you get paid per fortune?
No, you get paid annually. I just love the idea of giving like
20 grand. Can't be much.
Double that, 40 grand.
40 grand.
I
All
do
right.
love the idea of sending out really ominous fortune cookies.
My idea is super specific ones.
Do not eat that burger. What?
Yeah, I'd love super
She's trying
specific
to
one.
poison you. What?
Don't open the 5th piece of mail today. Like something super specific.
yeah.
Like, like just like, oh my God.
What if it just says like, you had a good run? Damn it!
Nice try.
Mark, I think you got your fortune. Yeah, so I love that idea. 40,000 a year for
She knows.
Yeah, that is not the fortune.
It's
cookie.
yours.
It's yours. Yes, I love it.
Oh my God.
You're a failure. What a pathetic loser. The other one I thought was
your parents aren't proud of you.
that just goes to everybody. Nobody's even gonna be surprised. Yeah, I know, fortune cookie.
Our mom's apparently writing fortune cookies.
The other one I thought was great was a plane repossession. So if you've ever had your car repoed, apparently there's a guy out there repossessing planes.
I would imagine everything's got to get repossessed if people don't pay for it.
I 100% agree. Apparently that person makes a freaking ton of money.
Well,
Apparently,
planes cost a few dollars.
few dollars. I just love the idea. Like, if a repo guy's got to like sneak in, grab it real quick, and then roll out. What I was just laughing at all the laughing at all the comments. I mean, if you're gonna actually take a plane from somebody, I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, they're not near it, right? Probably like in a bunker somewhere or a hangar. I just like the idea of like the person repoing it doesn't even like put it on like a truck. He just flies it out of there.
I would imagine you have to.
I don't know what else.
I
you
don't
would do
think
with
you
it.
can drive. Like planes are too big to go on the road, so it's not like you'd trailer it out of
All
there.
right, honey, we're gonna take our annual trip to the Jamaica. So you get up there and like this guy's like, "Sorry, you didn't pay your bill, asshole."
I'm imagining
he's
like,
just
can
on
you
his way out.
hotwire a plane,
uh,
or does like the company like give you a special key?
I don't know the answer to that question. I would imagine you get a special key. I would hope.
But I'm
so.
saying like the company that wants you to like
Yeah.
that sold it, they're like, here's the backup key or whatever. Like
I'm not sure. I like that idea.
master key.
I love the idea of somebody stealing your plane legally.
Yeah.
I just love it. I also love the idea of like it getting too close to call, like the guy like ends up in the passenger seat or something.
He's hanging on the wing. Ah! Oh my God!
You could pick it up at the distribution center. Or what, yeah, like
Just pay your bill.
yeah. And that's kind of funny to me that you would have to do that because you feel like if you buy a plane, you have the money to buy a plane.
See, but that's not the case. I think for those smaller planes especially.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody buys a $60 million plane and like writes a check for $60 million
Yeah, I agree.
because you can resell those planes later. So why like have it all tied up in the plane?
Can I lease a plane?
Yeah.
All right, I'll lease a plane. I'll smash it around and give it to somebody
Yeah,
else.
we'll put it's like a rental car and you're like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Doing barrel rolls, taking some really hot landings. All right, real quick, you want to bracket this out?
All right, yeah, we had some good ones. So yeah, I think we got.
We're gonna bracket this out real quick, guys. We're just gonna make a quick bracket of 4. We're gonna figure out which one our favorite is. All right, Lamb.
What do you want?
I want for sure.
bed warmer for sure.
All right, I
The
definitely.
dollar figure on bed warmer is just too hard.
I want weed and sex journalist for sure in there. I gotta say, I was immediately gonna put this water slide guy, but I'm going back to Ben and Jerry's, dude. I'm going Ben and Jerry's tester. I do love the idea of being the color expert or the feng shui person because, God, I feel like I can fudge it.
I gotta
know
put
I
golf
can-
ball retriever.
Yeah, absolutely. You get to swim all day.
Yeah.
Not to mention, talk about a markup. I mean, dead ass, you paid nothing for something.
I know, you just like stealing
You're
basically.
stealing something and then you're turning around
Alright,
and
so we'll
charging
throw-
even half price. Do you know how expensive golf balls are, man? Like even if you sold, if you try and buy like
a good, like a Titleist Pro V.
if you don't know this, if you try and buy like a Titleist, which is like the brand that all the pros use, you buy like a 12 pack. It quite literally might cost you like $35.
I was gonna say $3 a golf ball.
Yeah, about $3 a golf ball. It could
And that's
literally
if you buy a dozen. If you buy like a sleeve of 3, it's probably like $4 a
yeah,
ball.
exactly. If you buy just like 3 balls, it's probably like $10 for
Yeah.
that 3. So they are very expensive. So if they got 100 golf balls, if just 100, and they turned around and sold them for $2 a pop, they could make it to $1 bazillion. So very, very quick money. All right, so real quick on this bracket here, we got bed warmer going up against golf ball retriever. I don't love the idea of warming somebody's bed. I also find it creepy, so I'm out on that.
200K versus 100K though.
True, but golf ball retriever, I'm not on somebody's beck and call. I just go out and do my own damn thing.
Yeah, but bed warming, you're what, 15, 20 minutes a night?
Right, but
Of
that's
work?
every day. On somebody got to go to somebody else's house.
So do I get vacation time as a bed warmer?
No.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Like,
I'm
or
saying
do I have to go on their vacation with them?
See, I think golf ball retriever. I go, I hustle, I bustle for 3 weeks. I make 30 grand. I take a cruise, and then I come back a couple weeks later, and I get back to golf ball hunt.
Yeah, but then you got to fight off all the other guys that are vying
You know,
for your spots.
super true. But as I always told you, I will pretty much do anything if there's competition involved.
so you just get there earlier.
So it's just more exciting for me. You know, we're just down there underwater.
just fighting it out.
We both got like a Titleist. We're just falling.
one ball. Like, you're
like
like,
a-
you get the range ball.
There's like a Nike ball, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, give me that title. Okay. I'm
All
thinking,
right, I'll give you golf ball retriever on this one.
I appreciate it. Golf ball retriever, you're getting it because it's on your own schedule. Ben and Jerry's versus Weed Sex Blog.
I gotta go Ben and Jerry's on this one.
All right.
Weed Sex Blog is cool, but I'm putting out all my own business. I don't know if I'm putting that on a business card. I'm putting Ben and Jerry's tester on a business card for sure.
Straight up facts. Weed Sex Blogger sounds dope. The only problem is, like you said, very personal. I don't really like writing. Writing seems like homework, and I don't want to do homework all the time. And again, I would have trouble to keep it fresh. I mean, it's something that's like
Missionary again.
not that. I'm talking about the writing. I'm saying the
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like-
right, yeah. Right. I don't know what I mean. Yeah, I was stoned again. We had sex. It was pretty cool, and then we ate McDonald's and we went to bed. Like
Yeah, I think the food after would be like more like interesting.
Paul said, no one can read what I write. Well, I would type it, Paul. It wouldn't be like an actual letter.
Handwritten it with a quill. Like, what
If
are you doing?
If I did write it with a quill, then I would have 100% lose my job. All right, we'll go Ben and Jerry's. Also, Ben and Jerry's, you could be inspired, right? Like you go somewhere. You're
I
like,
feel
"Damn."
like you could change people's lives.
Right. I'm saying you go somewhere, you eat somewhere, you're like, whoa, they mixed these two flavors together, and actually it was fire. Yeah. I mean,
Imagine being somewhere and somebody like walk past Ben Jerry's and they're like, man, have you tried this new like?
very small example of this is we have a place here, and I can't think of the name of it. It starts with a C, but it'll come to me. They have like these little small ice cream shops, and one of the flavors they sell is Earl Grey tea. I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you could not off-put me further than saying Earl Grey tea ice cream. Like, that literally doesn't sound like something I want to eat. My roommate brought it home, and then I had to go get a pint because it was incredible. So, you know, you see
Thinking
things.
salt and straw.
No, it's not salt and straw. It actually, it's similar to like, oh my gosh, I will have to look it up.
They sell pints. I don't know.
Yeah, there's really only 2 locations here.
Okay.
They're like a very small little ice cream place. They sell pints, and one of the flavors was Earl Grey, and I just didn't think I would like it. I had it, and I loved it. Again, though, that's what they're doing all day. You have like Cheetos, and you're like, you know what? Let's put these in ice cream.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, they don't put it out until it's good.
Right, 100%. So I will roll with I'll roll with the Ben and Jerry's over top. See, she's laughing at me.
Just people laughing. All right, so
Did you see what Derek wrote? Derek wrote, bed warmer seems like a gateway to being an escort.
if I'm making $200K bed warming, the amount of dollars I can make with escorting would only go down.
So Derek, you're saying bed wetter. I'm sorry, bed
Bed
warmer,
wetter.
not a bed wetter. Yeah, I don't know if you want to get paid for that. That's a totally different position. That's called wet work. I know. Bed warmer. You're saying essentially at some point you're going to get too close to that person. I understand.
There is professional snuggler. I didn't even get to that one.
Maybe maybe that's like a maybe that's
100K can make up to 100K a year snuggling people.
yeah. Don't want to snuggle either. Maybe that's like a slang word. Maybe that's what they put in the job description. Bed warmer and like
Yeah, it's just a term.
maybe Derek's right. Maybe we just talked about
Oh
escorting.
yeah, I only like super Victoria's Secret supermodels to warm my bed. They
Paul-
do the best job of it.
No, not the Cal McClay. Literally, Paul, this place, quite literally, man, I literally can't think of it. But like I said, it's just literally a husband and wife, and they just love making ice cream, and they started 2 of these places. I will, at some point when we're not focused on this directly, I will look it up, and I'll give you guys the name. But it's really solid. All right, so we got probably Ben and Jerry's for the dub.
Gotta be.
But, I mean, I love the golf ball
there's-
retriever, but I'm going, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Ben and Jerry's
Whoop, whoop.
Guru. Awesome job. Sounds like the best thing you could ask for. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So that was the best jobs we were able to dig up. If you guys have anything else, if you guys see anything in
We
like,
may do more of these. We still had a lot we
there
didn't
were
even get
so
to.
many that we didn't get to. So we'll probably give you guys that at some point. All right, let's move on. We have a pretty funny sports ball for you guys today. So let's get into that. If you guys, just in general here, goalie drops back, catcher punch near the rim, slam, dunk, touchdown. Sports ball. just in general, there was a lot of good sports this weekend. Whether you're a sports fan or not,
Weird to see it.
There was, yeah, it was. It was great though. It was golf. There was UFC. There was, good fights. There was football every corner. There was college football. There was, literally, there was
baseball.
And baseball. There was NBA playoffs. Really good stuff. We're not going to get into every single
Buzzer beaters.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not gonna get into everything. If you haven't seen it, Anthony Davis, a 7-foot center, hit a fadeaway 3. He's a freak to win the game. Really great, really cool stuff. Golf.
Said it was only his second buzzer beater.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's talented, but again, I guess you're not giving the 7-footer the shot with the game on the line very often, right? So I thought that was really cool. And he looked good doing it, dude. That's just so weird. Like, imagine being 7 foot and handling like that.
Yeah.
So, I think even somebody said he played point guard in high school. Like, we should double check that.
Hit his late growth spurt.
He used to be like super coordinated, and then like some of it's just residual, I guess. So that was really great. You guys know I'm a golf nerd, so golf was really cool this weekend. They played on one of the toughest courses in America. It didn't look like that much fun at all.
Yeah, it looked other than the first round.
Somebody had called Kobe. He must have called Kobe, dude. That's literally in a Lakers jersey with the fadeaway Kobe shot. It was super sick. Hey. Damn, our chat's always getting me giggling. TJ said, you can make like $3,000 a year being an artist if anyone's interested. Boy, you really pitched that, DJ. They're funny. Now on the same token, you can make like a couple $100 a year being in a podcast. Yeah, that is something. You can make being a podcaster if you want. So.
Yeah, we're at like 3.
Yeah, we've almost made what?
3.
dollars. Yeah. How many subscriptions do we have?
No, we're getting close to triple digits.
We haven't made anything yet, but we're almost at $100. So
yeah, we're getting close. We're closing in on that triple digit mark.
Speaking of which, if you guys want to help, go ahead.
Help us.
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share it to every single friend, and just paint it on a mural on a wall somewhere, maybe like on a cathedral or something, just to get a little attention going. So yeah, some good sports. I loved all of it this weekend. Football was great. Freaking Tom Brady ended up getting a win, which kind of sucked. New England lost, which was great. Dallas, unfortunately, I have to mention, were down. They had like
down 1,000.
Down 1,000. Ended up coming back with some crazy junky ass onside kick to win the game. Absolutely insane. But I gotta start with my absolute favorite thing I saw this weekend. Paul, I told you yesterday I would have something that would make you chuckle. I stand by that. I'm only gonna say after you Max screen this and then we'll switch to it because I don't even want to see it. I will only say this. I'm not gonna tell you what happens on this video, but I will only say this. I have been watching golf. I have played golf for a very long time. I even played competitive golf. I have never seen this before. So this was an actual shocker for me, but damn did it make me laugh. All right, so yeah, give me.
Want to make sure they can hear.
Give me the rewind, too, because I think he's just about to start. Yeah, cool. Oh, Dan, yeah, his name's Danny Lee, and he was in contention. He was like 10 off the lead, maybe 8 off the lead.
And that's also deceptive.
Look how fast that green is, too. He's a little frustrated.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Oh boy. Now it's when the wheels come off.
Well, fuck it. Just hit them here. Screw it. He's like actually short. Screw it.
Oh, my boy Jarrett with the subscription.
And then he actually made one.
Just holds one.
And then he just holds one.
I think he would have kept going.
And
just
then,
bonking it around.
And then he actually...
Yeah, then...
Bro, Paul. I've never seen this, dude. I've never... And then, we got to show the whole video.
Yeah, I got to show the whole video only because...
Yeah,
and then he just throws the club down. And the weird thing that we talked about is the bag's just sitting there.
Right.
His caddy isn't there.
So I think this is... Okay, so this is a couple really interesting things. One, he withdrew from the tournament right after this. He claimed he had a wrist injury, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
maybe
from hitting,
smashing the bag. The caddy is not there, so maybe the caddy's 18. Maybe he went to like whatever. The other absolutely amazing part to this story: the players he was with, including him, had no idea how many strokes he hit. So like everybody had different scorecards. People were like literally, they were all asking like, how many did he hit? Like I don't know, I had 5, I had 7. People had no idea how many times he hit the ball. If he quite literally, his brain short-circuited. Every one of those strokes counted. Like I said, he was at +3. The leader at the time was at like -5. So he was like...
And second place was even.
Yeah, so he was 3 strokes from second. I mean, he was really not that far off the lead. He was so frustrated that he missed 2 in a row that he decided that, F it, I'm just going to keep blasting this thing by the hole. I was in tears the first time I saw this because I know the feeling. If you've ever played the sport, it is so frustrating. It's a needle in a haystack game. You're trying to get this stupid-ass ball in a cup the size of like a coffee mug, from a 400 yards away, and they want you to do it in 4 shots. It is very frustrating. That, though, that is, I mean, honestly, this guy might, take, 6 months off, bro. He might have to, reorganize his life.
He might have to just not play golf
It's
at
awesome.
all.
Yeah, somebody's...
I got to shout out my boy Jarrett. Subscribe for us.
Hey, Jared with subscription. Sorry, I was yabbering all over the place, but Jared, boom, boom, boom. Appreciate that, Jared. You're a rock star,
It's all
brother.
on the hips, as Jared said.
Yeah, that guy.
That's all in the brain, actually, right there.
That guy had no hips. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I'm going to do a quick plug here since we did get a subscription there. If you guys ever want to, especially on Twitch here, you can hit that subscribe button. It does cost money, but it gives us monthly revenue. If you have a Amazon subscription, Amazon Prime, you can connect the two. You can give it to us for free. And it does, like I said, just gives us revenue for us to kind of buy stuff for the show. If you guys have never seen the setup, maybe I'll give you guys a tour at some point. We have lights, sound, and we do dedicate a pretty substantial amount of our week to this. So appreciate that, Jared. Really, really nice of you guys. Really, really appreciate it. Let's move on to our second funny sports story that gave me a real chuckle. Carson Wentz, quarterback of the Eagles this week, he's had a rough start. He played my Washington football team in week 1. They went up 17-0, and then they lost 27-17. He got sacked 8 times in that game. So this week he thought he would have a nice little bounce back. It did not play out that way. Here's the weird part. He's at home, right? But there's no fans. But he's at home. So what they've been doing in these football games is they've been peppering in fake crowd noise. Fake crowd cheering, they've been, they kind of chant, they do all the clapping, all the dumb stuff whenever they seem a fit. So this guy kind of has all the controls, just like we do. I mean, literally he's like, hey, there you go. All right, now the crowd hates it. Boo. Right, he can do whatever he wants from up there. Apparently, after he threw an interception this weekend, their own sound guy peppered in crowd boos. So at his home game, his own sound guy had enough of his interception and quite literally, yeah, that's just that guy at the top.
They actually called us and they asked for that boo.
That boo, yeah, that's what they wanted. That exact sound boo. I thought that was so funny. I mean, literally, if I was him, you try not to get caught in the dumb minutia of football, right, and all the stuff that can distract you. I wouldn't be able to let that go, man. After the game, I'd come in, we broke everything down. I'm on the bus home. I'm like, look, coach, I got to talk to you about something really petty. Why are they booing me at home? Why is he hitting the boo button? I need if anybody on my team, I need it to be my team.
It's okay.
Can we scroll down? I don't know if we missed anything in the article, but yeah, like I said, it was. Again, somebody controls this button, and they thought it was really great for him to actually hit the boo button. I thought it was really funny. Anyway, we'll move on, but I thought it was a great story for you guys. And then, Lamb, let's go ahead and wrap it up with your story that I thought was really great.
All right, yeah. So people taking the COVID seriously, which is nothing wrong with that. But apparently this soccer team over in England, an amateur team, decided to take it to a whole new level. They tried to cancel a game that they had scheduled.
For COVID reasons?
Well, yeah, they had COVID. Yeah, they didn't think they should be playing.
Okay.
Apparently, that meant they would be they would have to forfeit not only the game but cost and pay for the game, and it would be several $100s or whatever if they forfeited.
Okay. Also, it says they don't have a lot of players too, so maybe the people are okay.
Yeah. So they decided they're going to field the game with just 7 players, and they were going to socially distance the entire game.
Normally 11 people on a field, so they're 4 short.
Yeah. So the game ended kind of how you'd think it would. They lost 37-0. Because they wanted to make sure they were practicing their social distancing. Kind of hard to play defense.
They socially distanced themselves from that W.
Yeah, from that goal for sure.
That's right. Seems like they were socially distancing themselves from the ball.
Yeah. Don't want to touch the COVID ball.
Okay, first off, let's start with a lot of things. First off, the other team's a bunch of schmucks, dude.
Score 1 and call it a game.
Score 10 and call it a game.
Everybody on your team gets a goal, and then you roll out.
Then we all sit in the middle and talk about soccer until the time clicks to 90 minutes. Very petty.
I really hope one guy scored all 37 and he just was like padding his stats for the season. Yo, bro, top scorer this season.
Yo, I mean, okay, dead ass serious. Like if somebody scored like 30, right? Like one guy just kept setting up like, you know, some long-legged freak on their team. He just kept blasting him through the net. Like that's gonna be like a record nobody's ever gonna be able to touch again, right?
Yeah.
People are gonna.
Messi's gonna be like, God damn it, how am I supposed to compete with that?
It's like
30 in a game?
It's like that 100-point basketball game that nobody has any video of. You know, it's just like
just Will Chamber holding up a napkin with 100 written on it. You're like, I don't know.
It is one of
the most suspicious thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is one of the most, I don't know, irritating pictures for me in sports. Every time they show that junky ass 100, I'm always like, I've actually seen the figures from it too. I've seen I don't remember exactly what the numbers were, but he literally took like, I think he was like 34 for like 68 or something like that. And it's like he was 7'2" and everybody else was like 6'1". It's like he just kept grabbing his own board.
It's like the kid in middle school that like had the early growth spurt. And he's playing like fifth graders. You're like, he's 6 feet tall. Of course, he's just getting his own rebounds and putting them back.
I'm glad you scored a bunch, but this game just cracked us up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Again, like you said, it would cost them money, so obviously they avoided all that. But I don't know if this is even this is way worse because now you made a news in a bad way. So, but we did think it was really funny.
Yeah, they just wanted to avoid that fine, but apparently didn't help their stat line because goals against is a stat in soccer.
Yeah, I mean it's like an ERA in baseball. It's gonna be really hard to bring that back down.
I know
that goalie could shut out like 15 teams in a row, and he still average 9 goals a game. That's weird. All right, let's move on here. We like to do a little grab bag before we go here. We have like a couple stories that we want to get to.
Unless you want to just go to Petty and get at it.
No, I definitely want to talk about. Well, you know what? Good point. I do at least want to do the.
Your boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Well. No, I was just saying the Vermont guy.
All right.
Yeah, well, one of them. I don't know. I don't know how much time you guys have. What do you guys think? We do like 1 or 2 stories here. I mean, I know we're running long. I know we got Monday Night Football coming on here in a couple minutes. Monday Night Football starts at 5:20. That's why I was thinking maybe we jump out of here. But you're right. Shoot, man. I don't know, Len. What do you think, man? I'll let you call it. I'll pull up my petty story.
Let's just get to Petty, and then we got a ton. We got a second show we could do right now for Thursday.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we over prepare. We don't know how long we're gonna yab for, and so we try to make the show about an hour 20. But we don't want to make it like 4 hours long, so you guys have to just sit through shit.
But keep your eye out because we may have one of them coming.
Yeah.
We may do a long.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Let's give you one story. Let's give you the K word.
All right.
Because that one's a quick one. Doesn't really matter. We'll give you one last story. So this was actually just thought was funny. Apparently, so far, this is a British article. So this is in Europe.
Yeah, they do have Halloween there.
Right. My point is only that this isn't American and some people matter for some reason. The most popular costume so far is a Karen outfit. This is somebody's actual idea for what it could look like. The Karen costume apparently is going to be a massive trend this year. I think it's funny for at least 10 reasons, but one of my favorites is a lot of Karens look exactly like that one you showed, right? Yeah. So if there's a lot of people walking around like that, and then you have people also pretending to look like that, and then those two people run into each other,
oh my God.
It is going to be like...
The only issue I have with the Karen thing is you can't wear a mask with that costume.
Unless you wear the Karen mask.
But but I'm saying like an actual like.
Oh coat, yeah, you're right. Because Karen probably wouldn't wear a mask.
Karen doesn't wear a mask.
Yeah. You're gonna have to wear an invisible mask.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some sort
of like Andy Reid. Yeah. That's what you need.
Fog shield.
Yeah.
It slowly works.
You need the Andy Reid fog shield is what you need.
But then there's also these.
This is a Karen mask you can buy, and apparently this is being sold quite frequently. Now, I thought the first one's funnier. This one makes Karen seem a little bit like the poltergeist.
Yeah. But same haircut,
same haircut. But I don't know if the stipulation for Karen also has to be she has bad dental hygiene. So
I think it's supposed to be like just that like
crazy. I'm a bitch look.
Like almost like zombie level of.
And apparently you can get a shirt that comes with it that says "I'd like to speak to the manager."
This is my Karen outfit. Here you go.
Yeah, I want to speak to the manager. That is funny. If I rolled again,
so that's a costume I can get on board with.
Okay, dead ass serious though. What? Okay, I've never thought about this, but like, 'cause I don't feel bad for the Karens because they've like kind of dug their own hole. They've made their bed, so to speak. They've bitched and complained about every single dumb small thing. And I worked in restaurants for years, so I don't even want to hear it's a stereotype. It's not a stereotype. It's super real.
Yeah.
There is a group of people that like to complain about everything, and they try to complain to get free stuff. And Karens, that's how they started.
It's like a weird thing, like with those coupon people.
Yeah, it is.
Like that they love a deal, and in their mind, if I complain, I get a deal, and it's worth whatever.
And I mean, there are actually cultural stereotypes where certain cultures quite literally feel like if they don't get a deal, then they're actually getting basically played, you know? And so they will fight until they even get a deal, even if they don't deserve a deal. So the Karen thing is outplayed. But I just want like I want like the end of the world to be like like a fake Karen and a real Karen, and like that turned into like a movie plot. You know what I mean? Like all the real Karens are actually walking their kids around, and then there's like patronizing teenagers in Karen outfits, and then they're like, "Oh, who are you guys supposed to be?" And I'm like, "You."
I just picture this like big meeting, like just like in the street, like they're coming down and they're, like with their kids to like, where's the free candy? And they have all these like teenage kids are just like,
I love it. I just love the idea. I think it's really great. I really do hope that this turns into like a funny Halloween bit this year. Halloween's gonna be super strange. I did see people coming up with some really clever ideas. This guy has like a candy chute at his house. Apparently,
got, like, I saw that, like a tube.
Yeah, he's just gonna be rolling candy.
So apparently, we're gonna turn like trick or treating into like beer funneling.
I love it,
like
dude. I love it.
Yo, repurpose all those beer funnels that you bought like at the beach. That you're like, what do I do with this thing now that I have it?
Candy funnel.
Candy funnels.
Not to mention, candy funnels maybe should be the way you do trick or treat anyway. Period. Like if you have a candy funnel. Then you don't have to go all the way up to somebody's creepy ass door, looking right in the face, and be like, "Hey, here's your Snickers," and you're like,
"Here you go, little Johnny."
You could just sit on the porch and just keep chucking Snickers down.
What if I have a candy slingshot?
Somebody's getting
just
hurt.
peppering people with like Snickers bars.
What's your number one thing you hope you get in there?
Ooh, it's a tough one. If it's one piece of candy, I'm a big Twix person.
Whoa, I actually don't hate that. That's a good call. I didn't think
it's
Twix.
One piece of candy.
I'm looking for a Milky Way.
But I'm looking at if it's like oh, I got like 10 of these and I want to eat them all. I'm probably going like Reese's Pieces or maybe Reese's Pieces probably.
I like Reese's Pieces. I like Reese's Pieces. We're all
something I can eat the most.
We're on the same level here because I would probably say Milky Way.
Kit Kat's also in that level.
Yeah, I would say Kit Kat's below Twix for me, but I would say for me it'd probably be Milky Way. Maybe Twix. I like Twix in there, but if Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is like an actual, if they have like a 2-pack of actual cups, I'll take that before I take the other ones. Anyway,
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, God love Sour. I mean, I'll take Skittles and Sour. I mean, I'll take Skittles and Starburst and everything. Anyway,
apparently Jared thought that Karens versus anti-Karens is how the Big Bang started.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I said, like a Genesis here. Like maybe we get like a new planet out of this, or maybe we just wipe them all.
I really hope they get to see all this and they just all change their haircuts and like
that's definitely gonna happen. But then we're gonna have to re-identify.
I know they're gonna go undercover. We're gonna have to find the undercover Karens.
I hope their new haircut's way worse than the old haircut.
Oh, it'd be hard.
I also hope at the Genesis we're talking about, where there's like the fake Karens against the real Karens. I hope that if like the fake Karens win out, then it's some kind of like alien starship type thing where like all the other Karens just like disappear. They just like die off.
You think they have to take out like the mother Karen?
that's what I'm saying.
Like there's one Karen that rules them all.
There's like one ultra Karen and she gives everybody the orders.
Do we know who the ultra Karen is?
I don't know. I mean, so far we've made Ellen DeGeneres the ultra Karen, but I would say, but a real Karen. I mean, it would have to be somebody that actually earned it. So it's gonna have to be like a real person,
one of those like Real Housewives ladies, probably.
I mean, it's gonna have to be like an actual human being that's like stepped across like 5 lines and then just gone crazy.
Could it be?
You have to look for her.
What's her name? On the Kardashians, the mom.
Maybe. I'm saying maybe
mega Karen.
Maybe even like a lady. I mean, there's that one lady. That went like ballistic in a Target because they were selling masks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it wasn't really
knocked over the.
She was like super Karen, but like, I mean, I'm looking for like the ultimate Karen, right? Like, I want somebody that's got like a track record.
I want the person the other Karens are looking to
for
Karen advice.
right. Like, how do I complain at a higher level, right? Yeah. Like, who could I ask for
Betsy
beside
DeVos?
Who could I ask? Who could I ask for beside the manager, right? Like,
I want to see the manager's manager.
I want to see the CEO of this company. Yeah.
She's like, I know the CEO.
I want an hour-long meeting where I can vent about all the things that bother me, even unrelated to this restaurant. Anyway, all right, guys, we're going to let you guys go watch some football. We have had a blast. As always, I'm going to leave you guys with my shtick. I do love ending on a good old
petty story of the week.
That is true. How many times can we say Karen in a podcast? Karen. Maybe we should try and break the record, dude. The most Karen said in a podcast. Just be famous for that, dude.
Yeah, let's get Guinness in here.
The rest of our podcast
You know, you can
goes
just
downhill.
pay Guinness to like set records, right?
Just make up a record?
Yeah,
Well, let's do that. How much? It's got to be
It's
a
a lot.
fortune.
it's like 10 grand minimum.
What?
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. I always like to start with. I always like to get a little petty story in there. I like this petty story. If you're a cook, you will get a little sympathy out of this one. So this story is about a lady. Again, every petty story I read you is a true story. It's not just something I wrote. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it at all.
They're all real life experiences. I just changed the names.
Yeah. So this is about a girl who was in cooking school. She was a nurse. She was in a nursing program to become a nurse. She fell in love with cooking. She always loved cooking, and she decided she didn't want to be a nurse or a lawyer as her mother really wanted her. She wanted to do cook. But ever since she started doing that, ever since she has switched to cooking school, her mother has been incredibly critical. So everything she
Of her cooking?
of her cooking, everything she cooks is too much salt. She said it feels like I'm cooking for Gordon Ramsay at all times. She's like she says it's under.
Except Gordon is actually pretty nice, other than on some of his shows.
Unless you're working at his restaurant.
Yeah.
He seems like a pretty decent guy. Yeah, too much salt. It's undercooked. It looks like crap. She said that, she's been actually started cooking like recipes for her family, and they love it. She said recently she tried to make her specialty meatballs she made, which she said people absolutely loved. Her mom said that she didn't like them, and she said that the reason her family liked them was because they were so drunk that they couldn't taste anything anyway. So she decided that she was going to get back at her mom in a very stick-it-to-her way. So she went and made one of the meals that she knows her mom could never resist. It's actually funny because she doesn't specify what the meal is. I wish she did. But she said she made a massive meal that her mom loves from scratch. Then she went and got a bunch of to-go boxes, boxed it up, and texted her mom and said, hey, me and my boyfriend, we're eating at this diner. The diner did not exist. They just made up a fake name. She said, they have one of your favorite meals here. She wanted to know, hey, do you want to try it? You want me to bring it home? She said, of course. So she brought the dish home. The mom started eating it. She said the mom loved it. So mom's mom started complimenting it. She said, I wasn't going to stop there, though. So she said, after the meal, she said, Mom, I really want to write a Yelp review. So maybe you could give me your honest opinion on the meal and what you would think. So she said she had her mom sit there and basically just brag about how great the meal was for 10 straight minutes, and then sprung it on her that she had actually cooked it. As do people that don't like to be wrong. She immediately changed her tone, put her fork down, and said that she didn't actually like it, that she thought she was just being nice, yada, yada, yada. She said the argument ensued, but then afterwards the mom did finally cave and said that she felt like an idiot for saying that. She said that that meal really was good, and I guess she showed she could cook decently. I love the pettiness. I love controlling it like that. I love
that extra level of the Yelp review.
I love it. Making her quite literally not just say it's good. Just describe all the reasons that it's good.
What about it? How well was cooked perfectly? The
Yeah.
temperature of the meal was delightful. The sides were amazing.
I love it. Just really,
The presentation was unbelievable.
yeah, I just loved it. If you've ever been trying to show somebody that you're good at something, and they're just critiquing
Haters
you,
gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, man. Sometimes you gotta ignore those people and shove it to them anyway. Anyway, guys, we've had a blast as always. We got another subscription today, so we're pumped about that. As always, we've been very consistent. You guys are ride or die every Monday and Thursday. I absolutely love the chat we've created, man. We have a really cool culture in here, so I love that you guys feel free to just kind of throw in some jokes and they actually end up making it in the show. You guys make it funnier whether you know it or not. Big shout out to Lamb, always doing the technical stuff behind.
Shout out to Nick for finding some funny stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of technical stuff in here, but we will be back Thursday. We have, as we just said, we have
an entire show.
We have an entire show ready for Thursday. We will make sure that it's top notch for you guys. We will try and bring the heat, bring some jokes, bring some new sounds. And as always, man, I love hanging with you guys. We'll be here Thursday at 4 and 7 Eastern. I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
We are the two dumb idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I've been called
You wanna rate
dumb
Monarchus?
once or
I'm
twice.
gonna try this. He's not on, but.